Hey yogis, welcome back to Escape Roots Yoga. Today we are doing a heart opening vinyasa. It should be pretty quick, so if you have things to do, then this is a great way to get a quick practice in, but still really feel that sense of opening and that kind of excited, happy energy we get with heart openers. So let's get started in a child's pose. We'll take our big toes together, knees slightly apart, and just begin to walk your hands down the mat. And we'll start here by taking just 4 breaths. Trying to match your inhale to your exhale. And just affirming to yourself that for the remainder of this class, your world begins and ends between the 4 corners of the mat. When you're finished your 4 breaths to fully arrive in this space, just begin to rock your head gently from side to side, massaging that area between the eyebrows, getting the body ready to practice. And then roll your way forwards, come into a tabletop position. We're going to take the right leg out to the side, try and get the sole of the foot on the mat. From here, exhale, drop the belly, roll the shoulders down the spine, and lift the chest. Take an inhale as your gaze lifts. Exhale, press the floor away, find lots of space between the shoulder blades. So just a cat-cow here with the right leg extended to the side. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, press everything away. Let's take 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Try to move as much as possible, so take up as much space as you can. Inhale. Exhale. Return to your neutral spine and then just begin to walk the hands forwards. Option to come down onto elbows or to extend those hands long in front of you. Maybe dropping the forehead down onto the mat, or maybe the chest and the chin looking up. Coming into a puppy variation or a melting heart variation. Let's walk those hands back in. Gently pick that right leg back up and then take it behind you. Exhale, pulling nose to knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come in. Inhale, lift. Come back to the center of your mat if you've migrated, and then take the left leg out to the side. Take your cat-cows here. We did 4. Exhale, lower the belly. Lift the gaze, take an inhale. Exhale, press the floor away. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, press away. Inhale. Really try to articulate the movement in your shoulders. Exhale, press everything away. Return to your neutral. And then when you're ready, begin to walk those hands down, finding your puppy pose with this side leg extension variation. This is just going to allow you to kind of get into your hips as well as your heart. And as always, when our belly is towards the floor, see if you can send your breath behind the heart to that space in the back of the lungs. Great, and then walk those hands back in. Hover the left foot off the floor, take it behind you. Inhale here. Exhale, pull in nose to knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come in. Return to your tabletop and then tuck those toes under. Send the hips up and back for your downward facing dog. Few breaths here. Let the heart fall. Let the crown of the head hang heavy. Little bend in the knees if you need. Maybe you're moving a little bit, just getting into your body. When you're ready, right leg is going to step forwards, find a low lunge. Inhale, bring the biceps up by the ears. Exhale, drop the elbows for cactus. Inhale, here, lift the chest. Exhale, draw the elbows together in front of you. Palms of the hands come together as well. Maybe the elbows tap the knee. Inhale, open the arms, lift the chest. Exhale, close the elbows together. One more, inhale, open. Exhale, close. From here, inhale, bring the biceps up by the ears. Take a little back arch here. Really lifting the chest. And then exhale, hands come down to frame the foot. Curl the back toes under. Rise up into a lunge for just a second. Inhale, come up onto the fingertips. Send the heart forwards. And then exhale, press the hands down. Slide that right leg all the way back for three-legged dog. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the top knee. Flip your dog. Open up into wild thing. Really beginning to let the heart sing here. So sending the breath to the center of the chest now. Be open to this feeling of openness. Roll all the way back to a plank, but keep that right leg lifted. Swing it through. So now it's over in the left side of your space across the body. Take that left arm off the floor, fallen triangle. Exhale, let's take the left bicep up by the left ear. Lift the hips a little bit higher. And then take the left hand down. Roll onto the ball of the back foot. Take the right leg back to join the left. Shift the weight forwards, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale, sink down lower into your upward facing dog. Let it become a lazy upward facing dog or a cobra. So hips are lowered down. You might have to walk your hands out a little bit further in front of you. And then let's come down onto the elbows. We'll take Sphinx for just a moment. Claw the fingers and then pull the chest forwards between the elbows, almost like you're trying to slide yourself forwards on your mat. And then check in with your neck. Maybe you want to tuck the chin a little bit. Find a regal energy in this pose. Open heart, but still in your own true power, standing in your truth. Exhale, lower the chest down. Let's take the fingertips up over top of your mat, so further away from you. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower the left cheek down to the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower the right cheek down. Two more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right. Curl the toes under. Let's press up and back. High plank. Downward facing dog. Good job. 3 breaths here. From here, step the left leg forwards, find your low lunge. Inhale, arms come up, biceps by the ears, lift the chest. Exhale, sink the elbows down for cactus. Inhale, lift the chest here. Exhale, elbows draw together. Maybe the elbows come down to tap the knee. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale to close. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale to close. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, biceps come up by the ears. Take a little back arch. And then exhale, hands come down to frame that front foot. Curl the back toes under. Slide the left foot, come into that lunge. Lift the chest. Shine the heart forwards. And then when you're ready, you're going to plant the hands back down. Slide the left leg back and through now. And then bend the top knee. Come into your wild thing when you're ready. Once again, breathing into heart center. And then begin to roll your way back to a plank. Keep that left leg lifted. Take it all the way across to the right side of your space you're in, fallen triangle. Exhale, take the right bicep up by the right ear. And then bring the right hand down, roll onto the ball of the back foot. Step it back, high plank. Grip with the fingers, shift the weight forwards, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, lower the hips. Lower the chest. Locust pose is next. So you're gonna take your feet all the way together. Maybe you wanna interlace the hands behind the back for a variation, or maybe you wanna have them out in front of you, back by your sides. It is up to you. When you're ready, inhale, squeeze the legs together, lift the chest. Try to relax the guts or your belly. Stay with the breath. On your next inhale, can you lift a little higher? And then exhale, lower everything down. Good job. Hands come under the shoulders. Press it back for a child's pose. Send the breath behind the heart. When you're ready, curl the toes under, downward facing dog. From here, very slowly begin to walk the feet towards the hands, tiny baby steps. Come into a forward fold Uttanasana at the top of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Deep bend in the knees, roll all the way up to stand. And then we're gonna take the feet so they're hip distance apart. You're gonna take your hands behind you, slide them into imaginary back pockets, and press the glutes down and away from you. From here, we're gonna squeeze the elbows together behind the back, lift the chest, come into a back arch. Still pulling those elbows together, tiny, tiny sips of breath. And return to your neutral. Take your hands to your hips. Send the hips back way behind you, tipping the pelvis forwards. Find yourself in a forward fold, a ragdoll, if you will. So just gripping the elbows, letting everything hang nice and heavy. Deep bend in the knees, roll all the way up to stand. We're gonna do one more like that. You can take any other arm variation you like. Back pockets are still available. You can also take the hands up overhead and really find a nice opening through the chest. Yogi's choice. When you're ready, enter. And when you're ready, come back to your neutral, grab the hips, tilt the pelvis forwards, lean over the legs, reach for those elbows. Nice work. Deep bend in the knees, roll all the way up to stand. From here, ground down through your right foot, draw the left knee into the chest, come into a one-legged stance. When you're ready, release that left leg, hands come to heart center, swing the left leg behind you, find your warrior three. Hands are in prayer, or you can take the biceps up by your ears, whichever you like. Keep pulling that right hip crease back, rolling the left hip down. You can do it. Step it back for warrior two. Sink down a little bit lower. From here, take the right hand behind the head like you're looking for the tag on your shirt. Take the left arm behind the back, looking for the fingertips on the right hand. You probably used to do this when you were a little kid. From here, see if you can press your head just gently into the front arm, maybe finding a little more opening. And then from here, option to stay or to reverse your warrior, exalt your warrior with this little arm variation. From here, cartwheel the hands forwards. Find your extended side angle. That right arm can either be on the knee or on the floor. If you want a little more, maybe take a bind. When you're ready, arms come back up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse or exalt your warrior. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Step it back, downward facing dog. Roll forwards, high plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, back to chaturanga. High plank. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Gaze goes between the palms, rise on the toes, bend the knees, hop the feet to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Shift the weight forwards onto the toes. Maybe the heels lift off the mat. Hands start center, rise up nice and slow for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, lower the heels down. Ground down through the left foot now. Draw the right knee into the chest. Come into your one-legged stance. When you're ready, hands come to heart center. Slowly extend that right leg behind you. Find your warrior 3. Any arm variation will do. Pull the left hip crease back. Roll the right hip down. Find a singular spot on the floor to focus on. And then step it back, warrior 2. Exhale, sink a little lower. Left arm comes behind the head. Right arm reaches behind the back. Fingertips are reaching for one another. Maybe the head presses a little bit into that left arm. Inhale, exalt here. Exhale, lean your way forwards, extended side angle. Once again, maybe the elbow on the knee, maybe hand on the floor, maybe a bind. If you're working on your bind, it comes. It takes a little while to find more space in your own body. When you're ready, release those hands, turn back to your warrior 2. Inhale, exalt or reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Step it back, downward facing dog. From here, you're gonna hop forwards, land gently, delicately on your toes, and drop the knees to the floor at the top of your mat. Good job. From here, we're going to rise up onto our knees. This is camel pose. It is rather intense, so if you would like to take bow pose on your belly instead, totally welcome. Okay, so we're gonna start with our toes curled underneath. It just makes it a little more accessible. Take your hands to those imaginary back pockets again. Press the hips down and away. Inhale, lift the chest here. Send your hips forwards, coming into your camel. Opening up through the chest. You can pull those elbows together behind the back, tiny, tiny sips of breath. And then engaging your core, rise back up. You can uncurl the toes, send the hips back, crown of the head forwards. Maybe you can let those shoulders roll forwards as well. When you're ready, come on back up. We're gonna do 2 more like that. This time, option to take the arms up and back by the biceps and lean back. You can also take the toes away, so flattening out the feet. Another or third option is to lean back and reach for those heels and send the chest and heart forwards. As always, with these heart openers, make sure you're engaging your glutes and your low belly. And breathe into your heart center. Take 2 more on your own. And as you come forwards, don't be afraid to take a little more time in child's pose, finding that nice counterbalance, that counter stretch. And if you still have 1 more to go, take it now. If you want a little more time in child's pose, totally welcome. This is your practice, not mine. Go ahead and release down. Child's pose for a moment if you need. And then when you're ready, you're gonna cross the feet behind you, send the hips back over the feet, and extend the legs out in front of you for Paschimottanasana, or a seated forward fold. Hands are gonna come down right by the hips, sit up nice and tall, pull the chest forwards. Inhale here. Exhale, make your way forwards. A bend in the knees is welcome. I know some of us newer yogis feel like if the knees are bent, then it doesn't count, then we're not actually touching your toes. I don't know where these rules came from. You're just trying to stretch your hamstrings. Don't make it more complicated than it is. Keep breathing. Breath goes behind the heart. From here, exhale, roll your way down onto your back. You're going to take a little windshield wiper with the knees. So this is going to release the low back. So don't be afraid to go as slow as you need, or if you want a little quicker, take that as well. And then we're going to take bridge pose next. So take the pointer fingers towards the heels. As you exhale, engage the core, engage the pelvic floor, and then lift everything up. Try to find some space between the chin and the chest. And then exhale, roll your way back down. Rock those knees from side to side one more time. Then we'll take one more bridge. Press down through the heels and the toes, lift the hips up nice and high. Space between chin and chest, see if you can relax your face. If you're looking down at your belly, be kind, and then exhale, roll your way down. Nice work. Windshield wiper if you feel you need. And from here, we're gonna take a happy baby. So reach for the outer edges of the feet, drop the knees down towards the earth. Maybe you're rocking a little bit from side to side. Keep sending the tailbone down towards the ground. And release. Extend those feet down towards the bottom of the mat. Turn the palms up towards the ceiling. Tuck the shoulder blades behind the back. Great big inhale. Great big exhale through the mouth. Welcome to Savasana. Relax the space between the eyebrows. Relax the temple and the jaw. Unglue the tongue from the top of the mouth. And come down over the throat to heart center. And allow yourself to soften in this space. Oftentimes with heart openers, it can be very emotional. So when you are softening in that space, if anything comes up, try to give yourself grace, dignity, and respect. Life is just so very hard for all of us. And sometimes the world can be cruel. So you can at least be nice to yourself. On your next exhale, see if you can sink a little deeper into the floor. And then introduce some movement into fingers and toes. Gently rock the head from side to side. Interlace the hands overhead. Take a great big stretch here. If there's anything you want to leave on your yoga mat today, do this with the exhale. Exhale, release. Let's take one more just in case. Inhale, big stretch. Exhale, big release. Roll your way over onto your side. And then when you're ready, make your way up to a cross-legged seated position. Hands come to heart center. Let's take one last breath together as a community. Exhale. The highest in me bows to the highest in each and every one of you. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. I'm Jody Scarrow. Thanks for practicing with me on Escape Roots Yoga. If you guys liked today's practice, let me know in the comments and I will make more like it. And I post new classes every Friday. So if you want more, you better subscribe. Talk soon.